So, hi.
Episode, yeah. Hello, this is episode two.
The
I'm hoping
inaugural episode.
I'm hoping that the editing from me will be slightly better, and we're here to discuss the mule, which was Vicky. This was your choice, and it was something that I didn't know anything about. And to be honest, after seeing a couple of the scenes in this movie, I'm probably not going to forget it. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's on Amazon as we speak at the moment, and
Yeah.
I would suggest, just for morbid curiosity, that you check it out. But yeah, there's a few holes in this movie, and there's a few casting choices that you would question. Um, but yeah, initial thoughts from you, Vicky, on this one.
Well, the reason that I'd first kind of heard about it was not because I'm not a big Clint Eastwood fan, full stop, particularly. There's about two movies of his, like Dirty Harry, and I think Play Misty for Me, which is quite creepy, which I like. And the rest, I'm not that bothered, really. I'm not a big fan of him. But the reason why I came across it was because I'm a big SNL fan. And John Mulaney was on with Pete Davidson a couple of years back now, but had done a really funny bit on their kind of one of the segments basically explaining the mule, and it sounded so ridiculous, and I just thought, well, I can't believe that that's true. And I've always had it down on my list of must check that out and see whether what they're saying is actually kosher or not. And turns out pretty spot on.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree. Just before we get into the meat, and we didn't do this on number one podcast, but I thought it would be probably a good thing to do a couple of introductions to ourselves and who we are and why the hell we're doing this. But well, look, I'll go first. So my name is Chris Hammond, and I guess I'm the setter upper of the podcast. I am currently a company director, but I'm soon to be a bit of an unemployed bum. So, as I said to Vicky on numerous times, we need to make sure that this is successful because I need something else to do in my spare time. And what better than to watch absolutely cruddy and cringeworthy material whilst I have so much free time? So that is probably my modus operandi for this whole thing. But Vicky, what's your excuse for joining me
Well,
in this podcast?
just for the record, I'm Vicky Stone, and for my sins, I am Christopher's sister, big sister. I know, can't believe it, really looking at it. But well, I think one of the things that we shared as children, particularly, and as teenagers, was watching crap movies and sort of commenting on them and generally enjoying them, even though they weren't necessarily the most wonderful piece of work or piece of art that you've ever seen, but finding the finding the joy within the rubbish, I think. And so when you suggested this, because obviously you're coming up to being at a loose end, I was a teacher, and haven't been for a little while throughout the pandemic, and I'm actually a company director as well. So I've been busy-ish, but I've got a lot more free time than I did when I was marking books and teaching classes, either on Zoom or otherwise. So I just thought this was a really great opportunity, and plus, as we get older, the opportunity for you and I to sit down for a couple of hours and just do what we used to do is very, it's few and far between. So for us, basically, for me, this is just our back to our brother and sister chats of yore, and hopefully, people listening will either find things that they can, enjoy within it, or just it maybe reminds them of the chats they had with their siblings or friends or family.